Judge not, lest ye be judged. How about twist not scripture, lest ye be like the devil? You see, this verse is constantly used to silence any form of argument. It's used to say that Christians should not call out sin or error or any wrongdoing. And then it usually escalates to that only God can judge me thing. That wasn't scripture. That was Tupac, by the way. But let's talk about what Jesus is actually saying. In Matthew 7, verse 1, this is part of the Sermon on the Mount, and it does not mean you can't make judgments. The only way that somebody thinks that is if you don't actually know what a judgment is. A judgment is simply a conclusion based on evidence. We even use words like prejudice, which means prejudging, coming to a conclusion before you have evidence. To say that Jesus is forbidding conclusions, I've taught English for 2 decades, and every year we go through making inferences and drawing conclusions. Jesus was not condemning judging. He was speaking against hypocrisy. If you keep listening, if you go on through Matthew 7, he says that it's hypocritical for you to call out someone for their sin when you're doing the same thing. No one is going to be lectured by somebody who doesn't practice what they preach. So your vision, your eye, it's distorted because you have the same issue in your life. And truthfully, people who are actually sinning are usually the first ones to point a finger at someone else. And why? Because it deflects, it puts the attention away from them. And Jesus calls that person a hypocrite. You're not calling out someone's sin because you want to help them. You're doing it to try and make yourself look righteous in comparison. That's why in the same sermon, he explains how someone who condemns adultery, but then you also look upon a woman with intent to lust, you're doing the same thing. You're not morally superior. You're hiding behind comparison. Jesus, he wants us to judge. In fact, John 7:24, he says explicitly, do not judge by appearance, but judge righteously. Paul goes even further in Corinthians, and he says that saints will judge the world and even judge the angels. So judging is not wrong. Unrighteous judgment is wrong. Hypocritical judgment is wrong. But calling sin what it is, that's not condemned. And let's be honest, if somebody's, let's say, like beating his wife, and then he gets mad at you when you call him out and say, you're not allowed to judge, I don't think that that person's goal is to get you to be a scripturally accurate Christian. You see, Jesus never endorses sin. You want to see Jesus really ticked off? Is see somebody who uses scripture to justify wickedness. Judge not does not mean approve everything. It means don't be a hypocrite. This verse is about hypocrisy, not condemning or silencing truth. That is the context.